Opal May, and this is what we are doing today, guys and girls. Okay, we are going to be making berry dumplings. Okay, this is my daughter's request, and of course, this was a staple in the African American homes way back in the day. Okay, so I had to kind of search. We watched a video, um, recipes, excuse me, desserts back in like the 1920s and things of that nature. So it was, vinegar pie and water pie. Anyway, berry dumplings was in there. So my daughter was like, oh my goodness, I want that. Like, I want berry dumplings. So looking at recipes, well, she sent me a recipe actually. So I have the ingredients out for that. And then I watched several videos to make sure that, I get things right. So I watched so many videos. I don't really even know who to give credit to, honestly. So I watched so many. But anyway, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we are going to get started. We're going to make our berry dumplings, all right? So the first thing we have is got to have the berries, right? Berries are a must, and these blueberries look absolutely amazing. Mm, blackberries, I'm sorry. I said blueberries. And you can make it with blueberries from what I see. But anyway, these blackberries are amazing. And I'm listening to stories of people when they were kids and had to go pick them and what their mama would do with them or their grandmama would do with them. So anyway, so you definitely want to clean them. I put these in the sink, put baking soda on them, or you can use vinegar. All right. All right. So here's our berries. All right. So we're gonna slap our berries in our pan or skillet, whatever. All right. All right. So we got our berries in here. All right. We're also gonna save some of our berries because that's what I've seen to save some at the end, and then on the recipe it says that as well that my daughter found. All right. So we got our berries. All right. So we're gonna make some dumplings as well. Dumplings is kind of like biscuit dough from what I see. All right. So what we're going to do is let's get this ready. Let's turn the camera. You guys can see. All right. So we're gonna save some of the berries, like I said. So I saved a cup of the berries. This is about 3.5 to 4 cups of berries. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay. So what is? Oh yeah. So this is about 3 to 4 cups of berries. Nope. About 3.5 to 4 cups. All right. All right. So we got some pineapple juice. All right. So this is like, let me turn you guys. Pineapple juice. All right. So this is like a cup. All right. And then we're also going to add a cup of water. All right. So here's our cup of water. All right. So far we have of um a cup of pineapple juice, and we also have a cup of water. All right. So we're gonna turn our eye on low. All right. Don't turn it on high. All right. We are going to take about 1.5 cups of sugar. Now the recipe I seen called for 2 cups of sugar, so we're gonna cut it a little bit. Hello everyone. So we're gonna cut it a little bit, about 1.5 cups of sugar. All right. So we're just gonna pour it on there, and I'll show you guys. And we're gonna save a little bit of the sugar in here for our dumplings. Okay. All right. So we're gonna save about a tablespoonful, maybe a little over a tablespoonful for our dumplings because we are going to make that homemade as well. All right. We're going to also drop a little bit of sea salt, whatever salt you have. Okay. Just going to drop a little bit. Don't drop too much. All right. So we have that. All right. We also have nutmeg. Okay. So we're going to do a um, teaspoon of nutmeg. All right. We're going to drop that in our. All right. We have a tablespoon of cinnamon. Oh, we don't want to use the nutmeg again. Tablespoon of cinnamon. Or you can do a teaspoon of cinnamon, teaspoon of nutmeg, or a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half teaspoon of nutmeg. I like cinnamon, okay? So, all right. So here's our cinnamon. Cinnamon is good, you know. So we're going to drop our cinnamon in there. All right. I am also going to Now the recipe didn't say use lemon, but I'm going to add lemon because I'm always putting lemon in something, all right? Make sure I don't get any seeds in there, all right? So we're just gonna put, hang tight guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, put a little more lemon. Get those seeds out. Don't put your seeds in there. All right. All right, so we have, let me measure it out. A little more. All right. So I just did like a tablespoon of lemon. It's not full, but it's almost full. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so that's our lemon. We're gonna add second. Looking for our, one moment, you guys. Let me look for the cheese grater. Oh, there it is. It's in there. All right. All right. And we're going to take some lemon zest as well. Okay. I don't want to cut my finger because, man, matter of fact, let's see. No, maybe not. Let's get one that's a little soft. All right, so now we have some lemon zest in there. All right. And if you're new here, I do clean as I go along. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have joined this live. I appreciate all of you, okay? If you have not hit a likey, make sure you double tap your screen. And for the ones that have hit a likey, thank you. And if you have not subscribed and you like what you see before you leave this live, make sure that you join the family, okay? All right, so we have our eye on. This back, we're going to keep this open because we're going to use that, all right? So then we're going to take our spoon. Need like a, let me see if this other spoon's over here. Yeah, we can use this one. That'll work. I'll take you guys off of here. Let's see. All right. All right. So far, this is what you have. Let me get the light. Sorry, it's not crooked. Sorry, I'm holding this in my hand. And all right. So this is what we have. We have our cinnamon, our nutmeg, our fresh lemon juice, our lemon zest. We also have sugar. We have pineapple juice and water. All right. So our eye is on. So pretty much this is not going to mix up until it's warm. But of course that's what it's going to look like. And these berries just look amazing. All right. So we're going to set our spoon over there, and we have our eye on already. So what do we have it on? Turn it up a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to put you guys back over here. All right. Y'all right back here. Yeah. I got a new attachment to put my camera in, and it's a little harder. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So now, while this is cooking, Then we also have vanilla. We're going to put our vanilla in at the end, more toward the end, okay? All right, so now we have to clean this off. We also have some cornstarch, just in case our berry dumpling is not thick enough. We're going to use cornstarch to thicken it up, but we're going to wait until it tells me to do so. All right, so turn you guys this way. Okay, so now we are going to make our dumplings for our berry dumpling dessert. All right, so I'm going to turn you guys, make sure you guys can see. All right, let's move the water. I don't think we need this water anymore. All right, so we have, this is about a cup and a half of flour. If you're making a bigger batch, use like 2 to 3 cups of flour. I would say 3 cups of flour, but I'm not making no big old batch. And really, this should be enough. So this is about 1.5 cups of flour. All right. Maybe I better use a little more. Just a little more. Make sure we got enough. All right. Now that's 2 cups. Okay. All right, so we got 2 cups of flour. All right. We also have salt. Okay. Don't use too much salt, but a little pinch is good. All right. All right. So we have, while our berry dumplings are cooking, and once they start to boil, we will do what we need to do there. All right. So we have that. We also have some sugar for our dumplings. This is about tablespoon and a half. All right. So we're just going to put that in there. That was actually a little more, so I didn't even pour the rest of that, okay? But this is optional too, because your dough is gonna already be sweet. I mean your berry juice, your pot liquor is gonna already be sweet, all right? So we're gonna add us some cinnamon. Actually, we're not gonna put that much in there. We're gonna do a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Actually, I'm gonna put a little more cinnamon. Like another little. All right. So let's do like a teaspoon cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, or you can do, if you like cinnamon, add as much as you want, really. You guys, I'm just giving you like the base to make it, and then you can kind of tweak it once you've made it to see what works for you. All right. So we have some ice here. Show you guys what we're going to do with that. All right. All right. One moment. Be right back. Okay. And I just got some milk, whole milk. I don't, recommend soy milk or, any of the substitutes. You could do like 2% or whatever, but we have a lactate. I'm not going to use that. All right. So I'm just going to put a little milk in this ice. You can also use cold water. Okay. When I make biscuits, when I make dough, or pie crust, I use water. And when I make biscuits, I use milk or buttermilk. So that's why I'm using milk. I do have a biscuit recipe. If you have not seen that, make sure you check that one out. This is similar to it, pretty much. I'm just not using as much stuff. All right. So let me get our butter because, you know, you got to have butter. Oh, you know what? And also, we need butter for our for our um for our berries. Okay, so we're gonna add. This is about a half to 3/4 of a stick. All right, of butter in your berries or your berry juice. All right, so we're gonna let that continue to cook. Turn it up. All right, we're gonna let that continue to cook. And then we have a fresh stick of butter right here. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. If you have not hit a like and you're here, make sure you double tap the screen because the likes I need. All right, so we have a fresh stick of butter right here. All right. So we are going to take a cheese grater. You don't have to use a grater. You can cut this in like teaspoons or tablespoon sizes and work it in there. But this seems to work better for me. It's quicker. And yeah, this is perfect for me. So y'all see me just, looks like cheese, right? But it's butter. And this is how I make my biscuits, doing the same thing. But if you have a bigger cheese grater, use a bigger one. I don't have one. I had one. I don't know where it's at to save my life. Okay. All right. Woo, don't drop it in there. All right, that's about enough. I'm not going to use this whole stick. I didn't use all of it. No, I didn't. There's about 2 tablespoons left of it, so I used about 6 tablespoons of it, okay? Let's get this. I don't want to cut my finger. And then we're just going to work it in with our hands. Teresa, hello to you too. I see you said hello to everyone. That was very kind of you. Let's put this other butter up, okay, y'all? Let's put her up. And let's stir our dumpling. Just give me 1 second because I see it's all, ooh, they done turned like a pretty burgundy looking color. Some of the, okay, all right. All right, so let's get this ready because we're gonna need our cutting board. All right, and then here is, let's take this watch off because we about to do this. All right. All right, so we have our butter, our flour, our salt. We also have sugar. We also have cinnamon, and we also have nutmeg. And I went over the measurements with you guys. You can do a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, or because we already put cinnamon and nutmeg in our berry juice or our pot liquor. Okay, turn this down just a little bit. Okay, so now that we have some of our butter worked in there, Now, let me tell you something. If you got diabetes, hold tight. Talk to your doctor, okay? It's going to be sweet, all right? Unless you just eat like a couple spoonsful. I mean, I don't have diabetes, and I ain't going to eat a gang of it. All right, so that was 2 tablespoons so far, all right? And the key is, now, that's 4, okay? We'll see if we need a little more. Make sure your milk is cold milk, okay? When I make biscuits, like I said, it's you don't have to use cold. Let me take that back. When you make pie crust, you do. Okay, let's put a little more in there. That was 4. All right. I just like it cold. It just keeps the butter cold and, works well with your hands. All right. That was 6. I don't want the ice. 7. I don't want the ice. 8. That's the only thing about when you're doing dough. It's so messy. That's the only thing I hate. And we need some more. And that should be enough. That was 9. This is 2 cups of flour. Looks like we need a little more milk. Because the consistency I'm looking for. Hold on, let me get some more milk just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Let's turn our berries down. They are starting to boil. Get it cold, just in case. Yep, we still need a little more milk. Not too much more. It's this ice that I got in the way. That wasn't a full teaspoon. Now that was a full teaspoon. So far we got 10 tablespoons, not teaspoons, tablespoons. So that was 2 cups of flour, 10 tablespoons of milk, cold milk, because it helps me keep the butter, the cold butter, in place. Because when you start using it with your hands, your hands are warm, so it starts to melt it up a bit. All right, so get this out the way. See how messy that is? Work it in there as much as we can. We're going to take some of our flour. I never pour my flour all the way out, all of my flour out. I put a little bit in the corner. And then I use, put it on there because I want to make sure that I don't over flour with anything that I'm cooking when I'm doing flour, okay? So we're just going to work it in there just a little more, make sure we get it a little smoother. All that dough off of my hands. And then once we get this cooked, we are going to, not cooked, but cut up. Okay, looks good. We're going to need to get some more flour. Right now, it's sticky. So that's why you need flour to keep it smooth when you roll it out. All right. So we're going to put our flour And I do have a rolling pin. Didn't realize I had one. All right. So we're going to roll it out. And we're going to put some flour on our rolling pin, okay? And this is going to keep moving. I have tile for countertops with all the grooves, so I can never put anything on there. I'd rather have a smooth counter surface. And the dough is like a little, let me show you guys. It's not really white because we put the cinnamon and the nutmeg in there. But the dough is nice. It's very, 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 or the dumpling dough is very nice. All right? Okay. So let's, once again, I appreciate each and every one of you that have came on. So gracious of you. We're going to take our plate. I have a plate here because once I cut some of these dumplings, I'm going to set those on there so they don't stick. Okay, and I probably have to roll this out twice because it's still pretty thick. And it depends. If you want thick, you want thin. You know what I mean? But as they cook, they thicken up a little too. So, from my understanding. We're just going to roll it out. How thick is it? So I'm doing one half, and then I'm going to roll the other half out. Let me see how thick we got it. And it's not sticking because we have the flour on there. So this is, yeah, I think that's good enough. Take a pizza cutter or a knife, whatever works for you. All right, so we're gonna roll that out as well. And we're just gonna take it and then just cut like that, like so. Make sure you do it even. You see how I just did one that's not even? All right. Then I'm going to take a knife because I want my, kind of want them like real neat on the ends. I just do. All right. All right. So then we're just going to cut them. Put this here. Squares. All right. So we have pieces. See how this one is smaller because this one's small. I don't really want smaller pieces like that. But anyway, so let's show you guys. So the sizes are like that. Good thing the bowl's in the sink. Okay. So here's some of your sizes. And they look about like that for the most part. Okay. All right. So we're going to take these. Like I said, I have flour on the plate so they don't stick. Separate them. All right, and then we're just going to roll out the rest of this dough. I'm going to take a little more flour and put it on there because and our dumplings are doing good. I'm going to show you guys soon once I get this dough part out the way. I was going to make the dough off camera. I really was because it's so messy. Or the dumpling dough. But I was like, well, if I'm showing them how to make the pie or the juice for the berry dumpling, then I have to do the whole thing. So that's why. All right. So there we go. We're going to cut this one. And that part's a little thin. All right. So now we're just going to do the same thing that we just did. All right, this one's a little thicker, so we ain't gonna. All right, and we're just gonna turn it and cut them. And this one look a little bit too big. All right, so we have. Okay, now we can leave these on here because. All right, we got our flour. All right, so we're just gonna leave these on there. Because they're ready. Let me put this milk back up. Let me just clean off the cabinet. Well, I guess I better save these ones. I feel bad about wasting the ones that weren't perfect. But this extra dough, I don't need it. Well, maybe I should save it, but maybe I didn't. All right, so let's just clean off the counter, okay? We gotta get our mess up. Y'all, I'm sorry, I cannot function in a dirty kitchen. I just can't. I can't even continue to cook with this cabinet like this, so I'm sorry. Hi, Ross. How are you? How are you? How are you? Yes, everyone be respectful. Ross always comes on and says that. Thank you. And you know you have my permission, so. Uh-oh. Okay, there's still a little bit of our flour left. Let's close up our cinnamon and close up our nutmeg. Drink a little water because your girl is thirsty. All right. There's our other berries. Get our spoon. Keep one side at least clean so I can. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm coming. I'm here, but, you know, I'm coming. Clean off this pizza cutter. And like I said, when you're cutting your dough, you can use a knife. And everybody doesn't have a pizza cutter. And for your dumpling dough, like I said, I just prefer it to be ice cold because it works better with working in the butter. Because I explained to you guys, and when you're making dough and it has butter in it or crust or whatever it is, I like to keep it cold because the hands melt it. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. Now that that's out the way, let's check out let's go over here back to that's the hard part. That's the sweaty part, doing the dough. All right. So let's take you guys off of here. All right. And come back over here to the berries. All right. So just try not to, do too much because your berries are going to cook the way they need to cook anyway. See how they were really dark at first? Now they're starting to get soft. And they're also nice and, the color has changed. Now these are some very, very, very big berries. So I don't know really how they're going to cook down. Matter of fact, let's turn it up a little bit. But this is what we want, And like I said, at the end, we will add the vanilla just to get that good vanilla taste. I'm going to taste it, see what it's tasting like. Hold on. So far, it's nice. Very nice. Aha! Very nice. And so instead of making a blackberry cobbler and putting your crust on top, you're just going to make a dumpling, and that's going to be your dough. You're not turning your oven on, heating your house up, although it's still hot. I'm in California, so today is cool, of course, but the sun is out, so it's a little warm anytime when you get in the kitchen. But they say if you can't stand the heat, then get out the kitchen. I can stand the heat, okay? All right, so our next step is, hold on. I'm still letting put you guys back on here. without hanging y'all up. Oh, it's hot, very hot. Let me get some ice. Y'all about to hear noise from the ice maker, sorry. All right. Okay, so it's boiling. It is boiling, and that's what we want. A good boil. Got our vanilla, because I do not want to forget our other berries. One second, guys. All right, so let's get our dumplings. All right, so while this is boiling just a little more, let me see if let me give you guys some love, because I always appreciate all of you guys that come on, because you do not have to, you don't have to be watching my live. You could be watching someone else's live. So I appreciate you guys, and I try to make sure that I engage, when I have free moments, okay? Susan said hi. Ross, yep. Please don't forget to turn on the notification bell after you subscribe to our channel. That's right, Ross. Thank you so much. Maureen, hello. Adele, I said hi. Is it Teresa? I said hi. Lavray, I like your box braids. Thank you, Miss Yvonne. Thank you. These are my locks, and I just braided it up because it's just easier. But thank you for the compliment. Tuck said hi. All right, so I think I said, yep, Susan said hi. Okay, hi from Perth, Australia. Okay, Kathy, I see you from Australia. Thank you so much. Hello from California. Any questions before we start adding our dumplings inside of our berry juice? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Of course, I'm going to come back later and talk to y'all, because I think it's rude for myself not to engage with you guys. So I always try to do that because I appreciate you guys. All right. Okay. So now that we have that, let's take these off. Y'all, it's hot. All right. So now that we are boiling, I'm going to try to hold you guys. I wish I could. Let me see if I could bring you guys over here while you guys are on the charger. Let me see. I don't know. I don't really try a lot of this. I need to start being a little more. Let's see. Sorry. Let's move all this stuff out the way. The dough and all that good stuff. Let's see. One moment. Got a lot going on right now. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me bring the light over. Because, man, without this light, y'all can't see. Get our spoon. Okay, I think we're going to be able to bring y'all over. I think so. Yeah. Yep, we are. So y'all can see how they are boiling. See, they look nice, right? Okay, so they're boiling, all right? So now we're going to start adding our dumplings in there. Okay, just dropping them in there kind of one by one. Make sure they are not sticking, because you don't want them sticking. And I may be a little close. If I am, I'm sorry. That's because I'm holding it in my hand and trying to do a couple things at one time. Okay, so we got some in there. I'm just going to kind of, don't stir too much, because you do not want to break them up, okay? You certainly don't want to break them up. All right, so we're going to add these in here. And then I'll do the other ones, but not yet. All right. So yeah, y'all. Okay. So we have those added, which is nice. Hold on. Let's just put this over here. Matter of fact, let's just put this on top of here. That's very nice. Like, whoo. We can also add more too. Okay. I'm gonna add more. We're gonna add more of our berries right now. Remember, this is like the last little bit. That was like another cup. All right. And like I said, be careful so you're not breaking your dumplings up. All right. So I'm just kind of like moving my spoon, making when I see juice and dropping it in there. Once again, they should not be sticking together. And that's why you use the flour too, so your dough isn't sticky and they don't stick together. All right. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to add in vanilla. Okay, good old vanilla. This is Costco vanilla. I have the big one. So I poured some in here just to make it easier. All right. All right. That was like a nice heap. I would say a good tablespoon. Let's put just a little more, okay? It ain't gonna hurt you. All right. All right. So about another half a teaspoon. All right. So then we're gonna add some more of our dumplings in there. Y'all, this was a staple back in the homes of African American folks. I think it was like in the let's just say like the 1900s. I don't know if it was the 20s or the 30s, but they made vinegar pie, water pie, cornmeal, pound cake. They made all kind of stuff. I made cornmeal pound cake. Oh, and they also made buttermilk pie. If you have not seen my buttermilk pie live, if you like, old school pies, old school desserts, if you have not seen my buttermilk live with the pie, it's something you want to see. It is so good. And you all could see I'm barely, like I said, don't break these up. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but would y'all rather me be quiet or would y'all rather me talk? Sometimes I feel like I'm talking way too much. Okay. And like I said, I'm just taking my spoon, moving it over just a bit until I see juice. And then when I see the juice, I drop another dumpling in there. Okay. You can do drop dumplings, but whatever way you like. That makes it a little thick though. But these are thinner, which is nice because when they cook, they're going to get, they are going to swell. And I don't want them too thick or, when you do the drop because it's more doughy. So you just have to cook it more, And they're not breaking up. And remember, that was like 2 cups of flour. And like I said, if you want to do a little more, do 3 cups of flour. A full stick of butter, okay? And probably about 12 to 14 tablespoons of water, and then your pinch of salt and a little bit of sugar for your dumplings. Sugar is optional, remember, because sugar is already in your berry dumpling juice, okay? Or your pot liquor, okay? All right. So let's set this over here. And they already look amazing because I'm amazing and you're amazing and we're just amazing together. All right. So 1 second now that we have that on. 1 second, y'all. Let's just clean this stuff off. And then I'm going to show you all inside the pots. And let's move the ring light. That's why it'd be so hot in here. Y'all don't know what, content creators have to go through. Man, when you're trying to set everything up, and it's so much work. And these hot ring lights, because it wouldn't even be that hot in here without this doggone ring light. It's just hot. All right. All the stuff we got to do, before we even come on camera. It's a lot. I mean, it's what we sign up for, because we like doing what we do. But sometimes it's hard, when you do so much work and you don't get any views, and, you just have to stay encouraged and just keep at it, which is what I've done. Because one view is better than no views, right? All right. Okay. So let's turn this back this way. Let me show you guys, because this is boiling. One moment. I didn't have to clean up. I wish I could just, in my mind, just clean up when we're done, but it's just super impossible for me. And what I do with my spoon, hold on. I probably washed it. I did. All right, so let's bring the light back. Get y'all bright right here. All right, so show you guys. Look at that. Let's lift it up. Y'all see that? See how my dumplings are not broken up? You do not want your dumplings all broken up. I mean, if they break up, they do. But just try to be careful with stirring, okay? You notice how I got my spoon backwards, and then I'll do it frontwards. But I'm just kind of just barely. And as they thicken up, you don't have to be so gentle. But in the beginning, you do have to be very, very, very gentle. Really, honestly, this could stand some more to have some more dumplings in it. I bet my daughter's going to say. This is at her request, y'all. So she went to the store to get ice cream because she wants it with ice cream. She don't know I got a little bit of homemade ice cream in here. Just a little bit that I saved in here. Let me pull it out so it can melt just a little bit. Let me see. But I make homemade ice cream, and I did a big thing and then I did a smaller thing because this is what was left. So if you have not seen my live making homemade vanilla ice cream, make sure you check that out too, to pair with your berry dumplings, okay? I make a mean good homemade ice cream, all right? So these are just boiling. We're gonna try it. Now, let me get a different spoon. I can tell that, okay, I told you I said in the beginning, and a lot of you all weren't here, my dumplings are square. Let me let you see. This is, you can see it. These are the dumplings. Can you see that? Square and flat. Yep, square and flat. Okay? Put our spoon there. All right, so we're going to taste it, all right? Now, I can already tell, now, this is starting to thicken up, okay? But I could tell that I'm probably going to have to add a little cornstarch just to thicken it up. You can use flour too, but cornstarch is, it's a much smoother add. You don't have to worry about lumps. And it's thickening it up nice. I just think I'm going to have to thicken it a little more. Okay. Don't tell this girl she can't cook. Because she can. I can make a dessert. I can make food, period. But it's just something about being in the kitchen and just being, just creating and trying different things. And y'all just don't know. And I'm sure I got people in here that love to cook, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Or either you seen the title maybe and this reminds you of something that your grandma made when you was little or your mama made when you were little. And sometimes, some of our grandmas are not here. So some of us want to, make a lot of this stuff on our own. So let's talk about our berries. The first, we probably cooked it about a good, well, the berries itself about a good 20 minutes, I would say, if I had to guess. About 17 to 20 minutes, okay, is what we did. And then after it started boiling enough, we added our dumplings. Once we added our dumplings, I put the last cup of berries in there, okay? Um, and then I added my vanilla as well, which is about a tablespoon and a half, okay? Because it ain't gonna hurt you, honey. Go ahead and add. But make sure when you first make this, follow the way I told you. Or I showed you, not told you. That sounds a little bossy. The way I showed you. And then after that, you try it and you like it, switch it up. You know what I mean? The way that you want to your liking. But just make sure you follow it first, because if you don't and it doesn't come out and you're thinking, oh gosh, she didn't know what she was doing. That didn't come out the way it was supposed to, because you decided to switch up some things. So keep it exactly the way that I do it. I can see I'm still stirring, and I'm going to stop with the stir because they look amazing. It smells so good in here. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? Look at it. Let me see if I can get the light on more too. Y'all, these are it. I got to get a different spoon. But see the dumplings? Look at that. They look so good. And remember the last cup of dumplings? See how the berries are still bigger? Now, these were huge berries, but some of them have already cooked down pretty good. Okay? But the last ones are still big, because you want to get, some berries inside of your bowl. You don't want it all cooked or mushed up for your berries. And it's actually thickening it up pretty good. I may not need to add any cornstarch, but it looks good. All right, so I'm gonna place you guys back over here. 1 second. Place y'all right on back over here. Hi. It smells good. My daughter said it smells so good. I'm like, yeah. That's what I was just telling them. It smells so good. Let me get a fork. 1 second, you guys. Yeah. Hold on. You can hear on here because I have on the microphone. 1 second, my daughter has a question. Hold on. Pineapple juice. Pineapple juice and water. You want to be my taste tester? Okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to do all water. I mean, although it's sugar there, you want to add, a little something else to it. Okay, y'all. It's thickening up nice. Let me turn y'all. I'm going to turn you. We're going to go back over there. Hold on 1 second. Some water here. I could put my watch back on down. Y'all hear the boiling? Y'all hear that boiling in the back? It's cooking. How y'all doing today? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. I'm hoping you all have an amazing, amazing weekend. Hopefully your day has been good. And if it hasn't, um, say a little prayer, you know. Ask God to give you strength to get through it. Okay. Turn y'all this way now. Oh, yeah. Can't use that same spoon. Can't use this same spoon. Get a different one. It's thickening up. It's thickening up. I'm gonna let you guys see the last end. I think it's almost done. This looks good. It smells good. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. I didn't cook it too much long. Probably like maybe like 12 to 15 minutes really at the end. Because I don't want my berries to be all the way done. Now is where we're going to add a little bit of cornstarch, okay? What I do with the... I'm going to take a tablespoon. Now, I may not use all of this, okay? Make sure. Dang, that's crazy. I had exactly a tablespoon in there without even measuring it, like just by eye. That's crazy. My eye game is good. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got a tablespoon of cornstarch. I see them hearts coming on in. Thank you. That's my daughter. She said it smells great. She just came in the door. Y'all seen her, heard her come in. She said it smells good. It smells so good. I mean, for real, for real. Okay, and I just put a small amount of water. Don't use a lot. If I had to tell you, I would say 10 drops. You know, just to where you get a thin, I'll show you, a thin consistency. Okay? All right, and then we're going to go ahead and add it to our, oh, wait a minute. We might not need it. It's looking kind of thick. Looking thicky thick. Oh, my goodness. It's looking thicky thick. All right, so let me show y'all, and then we're just going to add some, okay? Just a little more. We're going to turn our eye down because we don't need to have it up, you know, too high anymore. My daughter has been requesting these for quite some time. So she bought the berries the other day, or she said, yeah, I forgot. She said, could she get them? And I said, yeah, go ahead. I could figure it out. I'll make them. Okay. All right. All right. It's looking kind of thick. Let me show you guys, all right? Not sure why you guys can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? You can hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? I don't know if this went dead or if I hit something. Thank God. Yes. Hi, Auntie. Y'all, my auntie's in the building. My auntie 316 Peace. Y'all, she's out of Houston. Hey, Auntie. Y'all always like when she comes in. What'd she say? You just made blackberry cobbler 2 weeks ago? Oh, my goodness. So, okay. So you made a cobbler. Oh, my goodness. I know that was so good. Oh, oh. I could taste it right now. I could taste it. Good. Okay, Kathy, yes. Loud and clear, great. This is such a old recipe. You know, as far as blackberry pie, blackberry cobblers, and blackberry dumplings, very old. Y'all, you know my name is Opal. So your name is what you are. I'm old fashioned. I like old school stuff. Okay, so now, man, if I was in Houston, Auntie, I would have been on my way. We need to bring back a lot of these old school recipes. Oh, with vanilla ice cream. Now, did you make your ice cream, Auntie, or did you buy it? We got to bring back a lot of these old recipes. Thank God for like YouTube. You know, people can, you know, get on and share what they did. Hold on, y'all. It looks really good. Oh, yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. It's kind of like, let me tell you, let me explain to you guys what it's like. You know how you, the Comstock, let me see what she say. Bluebell, oh man, that's one of the best. Oh my goodness. Now Bluebell, y'all, my grandmother, my granny, she loved Bluebell. I remember visiting her and her, you know, going to the store and getting Bluebell. Oh my goodness. And it was just a game changer because she was in California, we didn't have it, but she would talk about it. And then when I got to taste it, now that's some good ice cream. That ice cream tastes like something your grandma would make. I mean, for real, for real. It's so creamy. And they have one, I think it's a homemade vanilla one, or I forgot what it is. It is amazing. I like the butter pecan, but I like the vanilla one too. Miss Carolyn, hello, beautiful. Carolyn Shepherd. You like Bluebell too? It's so good. Like, I love Bluebell. Every time I go to Texas, I have to stop and get the little one. Sometimes I don't even eat it. I'll leave it in the freezer or wherever I'm at, and then they eat it. But in my mind, I'll be thinking I'm going to eat it. Most of the time I do, but sometimes I don't. But I always, always, always have to get Bluebell. Okay, y'all. So our berry, we're going to turn it off now. This was so easy to make. Super simple to make. All right, so I'll clean it up after I come back. Because if you leave it to me, I'll keep on cleaning. All right, so let me show y'all. Ooh, wee. It looks so good. It looks so, so good. So that was oh yeah. So remember when I did that tablespoon of cornstarch because it still looked a little thin, although it was thickening up? Remember I did a tablespoon. I didn't use the full little cornstarch batter that I made. I did not use the full thing, okay? I just remember I took it in that cup and I just poured half of it, remember? Because it was like that, like so, probably about right there, and I just used half of it, okay? So, and that was a cup of pineapple juice and a cup of water. You can do all water too, okay? You can use apple juice. All right, so just don't want to hang y'all up. All right, and this is it. That's the final look. You see how it's set? That's it. Right there. So it kind of, that's what I was saying earlier, kind of, you know how like, okay, my grandmother sometimes when she would make pie, she would get like the Comstock, like, well, she would do homemade a lot of times, of course. Well, everything was homemade. But sometimes she just didn't want to do the berries or whatever it is, whatever it was. So she would buy the Comstock in the can. Anybody know what I'm talking about in the comments? This reminds me of that because it was like a little bit of berries in it, but then it had a lot of the like gel or the juice. This looks like that to me. All right. So that's it right there. That looks beautiful. Hi, Susan. All right. So I'm going to turn you around and we are going to have some of our ice cream. All right. Go back on here. All right. Let's get a bowl. It's going to be so hot. That's the only thing. Try to go straight. Okay. Ooh wee. Y'all, it smells good and it looks so beautiful. Let me put this towel in my hand. This is going to be hot. I can tell when you got this glass. I'm not about to burn my hand up for y'all. Ooh. Put us some dumplings in there. I want the berries. But of course you gotta have the dumplings too. Let me show y'all. Of course we're not gonna eat all this. I'm gonna pour some of this back in there. That. This is what we're working with. This is exactly what we are working with. Beautiful, right? Can y'all smell that? Can you smell it though? If you have not hit the like, double tap. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Happy Friday. Okay, happy Black History Month as well. All right, so let's just put some of this back, y'all, because I know I ain't gonna eat all this. Take some of these berries out. That's the one. Okay, and then let me put some more of the, let me see. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Put y'all up a little bit. Yeah, I got a new tripod, and oh Lord, I be struggling in this kitchen. Let me see if this. I bought a new ring light. Let's see if it's gonna work. It's been acting up, and it's brand new. Let's see. Let's see. It's working now. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. I was just asking my daughter, does she want to try mine or does she want her own? So she's going to try mine at first. And this is her request, so I'm sure she's going to definitely want her own. Ooh, it's hot. Let it cool down a little bit. Y'all, it just looks so pretty. It's so like glazed. It's so glazed looking. It looked picture perfect. And then last bit of berries that still, you know, gives you that full berry. Okay, it's not too hot. How do I know how to cook? I just like cooking. And my grandmother, my granny, she cooked a lot. So I was always watching. I may have not joined in a lot of the times, but she always had some food. Like when we came home from school, like it was always some type of dessert, like always. And so, you know, you start craving a lot of those desserts from way back. But just from, you know, watching her and just having a true interest in food. Yeah. All right. It's hot, y'all. You want to wait?
I'm going to try it, but not on camera.
Okay. Okay. You going to have ice cream at yours?
Yep.
It's sweet. It is pretty sweet. That's like 1.5 cups of sugar. Okay, let's let it cool down. Look at that. You see that? You see that? This girl can cook. This girl can get down with the get down in the kitchen. Oh. Hold on, because that's hot. Get you a spoon, girl. She said give her some. Scoop her some in there while I'm over here talking. you want?
That's good.
That's enough?
Yeah,
You don't want none of the berries? Oh, because you're going to eat yours with your ice cream. Here's your spoon. You got to try it on here. Let the people know how it tastes. Okay, y'all, hold on, because it is hot. Miss Carolyn Shepherd said, my mom made blackberry pie. My aunt lived down the street, and we would, and you would go down to her house to pick berries out of her yard. Wow. Blackberry pie. Ooh, blackberry pie, blackberry cobbler. And I remember my grandmother making it, and I'm like, I want no blackberry. I was younger then, but if she made like a peach pie, I was all over it. Now, I be wanting like berries. This is hot. Baby, with that cinnamon and that nutmeg. So you know how you make a pie, right? And you got your crust all on there. But you know, on the inside of the pie, you got the parts that has like juice. That's, how do I say, that's like saturated in, well, some of the dough that's saturated in juice. That's this. That's this right here, and it's still hot. Oh, let me get some ice cream. Hold on. Ooh, y'all, this is so good.
It's like pie filling.
Tastes like who?
Pie filling.
It looks like pie filling.
Like Dutch apple pie.
It looks like it. Look at some ice cream. It looks like pie filling. That's what I was saying. It looks like pie filling. To me, like, Comstock. Hi. So y'all got some homemade ice cream out the freezer. It's what? Oh, she said it's basically deconstructed pie. All right, y'all. We're not going to have a lot. I'm going to put this ice cream on there. Scoop. And that's enough. Because, it's sweet, sweet. Really, you can eat this by itself. This berry dumpling is very sweet, okay? Y'all, this was a staple in the black homes back then. Okay, so now we got our ice cream. This should help with some of that heat. The ice cream set it off, I must say. Now, when I say it's good, without it, it's very good. But the ice cream took it to another level. You could taste the butter. You could taste the cinnamon. You could, this is good. Let's get one more spoon, y'all. With the dumpling. Because the ice cream is melting now because it's so hot. Okay, we're going to do it like that. Look at that. Wait a minute. We need a berry, too. We need a berry. So we got a berry, we got a dumpling on there, and we got ice cream. Let's do this. It's good. Very good. Don't play with me in this kitchen. Don't do it. I'm not to be played with. That's why I'm thick, because this girl likes to, eat, although I need to do better. But anyway, you want to tell them, what do you want to tell them how it tastes? You want to say anything?
Already. It tastes like the inside of pie filling.
She said it tastes like the inside of pie filling.
All it needs is some crumble.
She said all it needs is some crumble. So then crust. So she need a blackberry cobbler. That's what she need. She need a blackberry cobbler. She's the one that requested this because she likes dumplings. This girl loves dumplings. So she was thinking, oh, that'll be great. Now she's saying it needs some crust. She need a blackberry cobbler.
But it's delicious.
But she said it's delicious, of course. But anyway, y'all, that's it.
It's delicious.
She said
it tastes like pie filling. I just like the crunch. I really want the crumble just for the crunch, but otherwise it is perfect. It's very good. Yeah.
You could do oatmeal and butter.
Yeah.
And stuff, and we could always make a crumble.
Topping.
We could always make a crumble or topping, on the side, off camera, and sprinkle it on top. It'll be nice. But anyway, y'all, let me read y'all's comments before we go. I appreciate every single person that came on. All of y'all, thank you, Miss Kathy. Making me hungry, Miss Kathy. Right. Yeah, I haven't had any food, so that's probably why this sweet was intensified. But yeah, like I said, the dough or the dumpling tastes like the, the part of the pie where it gets saturated. So the dough of the pie that gets saturated in the juice, that's what it tastes like. What's cooking this weekend? Hey, Franklin, cornbread. I don't know. Maybe nothing. I'm going to Kona Island, so I'll probably really be getting ready for that. Just packing up for that. I'm not right now. I don't have anything in mind that I'm gonna cook because I know I'm gonna be eating crazy over there. So I'm gonna try to like be careful this weekend. Honestly, if I cook anything, it'll be something mad healthy. Yeah, I do have some salmon and some Chinese salad or something like that. So I may have that. But yeah, I takes my vacations. That's one thing I don't play about. I don't compromise. I go somewhere. I try to go 6 to 7 times a year. But anyway, y'all, I thank all y'all that came on. Franklin, I'm glad you caught it. Auntie, Carolyn Shepherd, of course, all of you all. Is that Greto? Hi, Greto. Kathy, Sandra, all y'all. Chandra, say hi. Vince, all you all that came on, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you just came in, y'all, don't forget to double tap the screen, okay, and give me that like. And if you did not subscribe and you like what you see, make sure that you subscribe. Go back and look at my live for when I made homemade ice cream. Also, you can go back and look at the live when I made homemade biscuits, okay? Because I was telling you guys about that when you need like your cold water, cold milk, and cold butter. All right. But other than that, y'all, happy Friday. We're going to go ahead and get off of here. We've been on here over an hour. So it was good seeing all you people that came on. Remember to be good to others. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And if you're not having a good day, just make sure you don't mess up someone else's day, okay? All right, double tap and subscribe. Thank you, Miss Sandra. All right, and I'll see y'all again. I don't know what my next thing is gonna be, and like I'm telling people right now, I don't have a set schedule, but I promise you all, eventually I will have a set schedule. I'm just trying to create as much videos as I can to bring in people, and then I will have a set day and time for you guys, okay? So just bear with me, be patient. Other than that, Kathy says she subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate all of you all. Appreciate everyone that subscribed and all of my other people that have subscribed. Love from my heart to yours, of course. Other than that, okay. Bye, guys. Bye. Thanks for coming on. Happy Friday. Happy Black History Month. Bye.